Hello and welcome to Leanne's Weekly Weigh-In. I am Leanne and I haven't seen you for about a month. So in this session I just wanted to sit back and go through everything that's been going on. I want to go through my weight journey. I've got some stuff in the bag to share with you. I've got some lovely gifts that I want to share with you. I've got a product as well I also want to share with you. But I want to go back to basics too, because I haven't seen you guys for well over a month. And the last time I updated you, it was the end of March, beginning of April. We looked at our April goals and we're now at the end of April, and I now want to look at my May goals as well. So what I want to do first of all, before we start anything, I want to just bring up those April goals and see where we're at, because I'm going to use those as a catalyst to talk about what's been going on and having a whole story time session for the whole month of April. All right, so let's bring up those goals. And the first one was to use food as a fuel. And did I do that? The second one, do you see where this is going?
Does it feel good? Yeah.
The second one was start the couch to 5k. Did I do it? Actually, yes, I did.
I am She-Ra.
Yes, I did. And the third one was be mindful of other people. And I talked about Mrs. Do as you would be done by, and I talked about treating others as you want to be treated yourself. And actually, do you know what? I was extremely mindful about other people, but I was also very mindful about myself, because I had technology stripped away from me for a whole week and got used to it. So let me tell you what's been going on. The last time you saw me, it was the week before year end, and we had a board meeting, and I'm the board secretary for this board, and so I was working with my team and with my boss and with my leadership team to make sure that all these people from around the world that were coming for our board meeting had everything they wanted. So I was working late, I was meeting deadlines, but I was also working late because they were working through until they had a dinner as well, which I help organise. So I was working really, really, really hard on that. Then we had year end, and of course we had expenses to put through, my boss's expenses, my expenses for the quarter, and also we had like SAP. If any of you do finance or have to do any part of finance as part of your job for your department like I do, you will all know what SAP is and the finance system and what it's like and how sometimes it goes down. The other thing we were using was Concur, which also went down. So I was quite stressed and highly strung by the time I was getting to the end of the sessions. Then the week before I went away, which was the last week that I was going to have with you guys and do a video, and I was all planning to do it. I did my, and I think this one actually it was the 5th of April, which was the first week of April. I had all this stuff ready, prepared for you, but I literally, the Thursday was the last day in the office, because on the Friday I was at the conference, I was at the Stonewall conference, so there was so much, and I worked, and I remember one of the last things I remember putting on Connect was actually, it was a meme of Maria von Trapp saying, "Look at all this work that I haven't done," and that's exactly how I felt. I felt so overwhelmed with all this work, because I'd been working against year end. I'd been working towards everything that we were doing with the board meeting, all of my other emails and my meetings and my stuff, my boss, and I get very, very, very conscious and very aware of how I am perceived and about how I behave towards others. And I love my job. And I one of my whole things in life, I believe, is service. I believe I am a servant. That's what I enjoy doing. So I look after people. I make sure they have everything that they need. And if I'm not providing the service of a high standard that I think, because I am quite a high achiever in that, I get frustrated with myself. But I was actually becoming more and more and more like a zombie. And I remember sitting at my desk at one point like this, and things were going on around me and I couldn't even focus. And I kept thinking, I've got my YouTube to do. I haven't updated my Weight Watchers app. I've got the Weight Watchers meeting because I've got the group doing. And I was trying to juggle all these things. And I was like, I'm not achieving anything. But I did work late that Thursday night. I did get the majority of everything that I wanted finished. Nobody does my work for me while I'm off. And because I haven't actually had a proper holiday in about 5 years since our honeymoon, because I chose to go back to university and use my holiday to go for studying, which was once a week. So my holiday was taken up for that. I hadn't ever had that time to really sit back and just be, apart from Christmas time. But again, with Christmas, you've got family and everything. So for me, there was no time to really settle down and be and just be. And, you know, I'm a real advocate for mental health. And I tell people, you must do this, you must make time for yourself. But I give so much good advice, but I very seldom follow it myself. And I think that if you're a carer and if you're somebody that actually enjoys doing that sort of work or is in that sort of work, whether you care for your parents or whether you care for your kids, you know, mums, we all do it. You know, we always put ourselves last and we don't think about what the impact that's going to have on us and our minds and our health. So everything right up till the beginning of April before I went away was crazy, but I did manage to finish all of my emails and I shut off on that Thursday. And on the Friday I was at the Stonewall conference, so I was there all day on the Friday. And then I came home, we packed and we went off on the with Paul in the minibus, in the church minibus, picked up all of our friends, went all the way down to Minehead, literally at 7 o'clock in the morning. So I'm like, oh. And then Paul's saying to me, you need to be alert, Leanne, you need to be alert, you need to watch where we're going because you're navigating. And if anybody knows me outside of YouTube and everything, you know that I'm not really good at navigating and I don't actually know my left from my right. See, I had to really think about it then because I haven't got my Fitbit on my right hand. So I was like, I just want everything to stop. I just want everything to stop. One little story on the bus going down, we did get lost and we missed a turning and we ended up going down all the windy little roads and Paul took us down all these. He was so good because goodness, I don't drive and I don't know how he did it because we were in this minibus down this little tiny country lanes going down because we missed our stop from Taunton and we carried on over and we went across country and we got there, but I tell you, it was the most dire time because at that moment when we came off the motorway and I suddenly realised there's no more stops. I realised my bladder was also very full and at one point I said, Paul, we need to stop. And we stopped. I jumped out into the hedgerow and Mary, my friend, came with me and I had to squat. It's the most awful thing ever and I've never done it in my life. And I was like, oh my goodness. But I really had to do it. Anyway, enough of embarrassing yourself, Leanne, in front of everyone. So we were at Spring Harvest, and while we were at Spring Harvest, Spring Harvest is at Butlins. It's at Butlins in Minehead and Skegness every year in the Easter, and we were there, And we were given Wi-Fi, and we actually paid for Wi-Fi. We paid to have 7 days of Wi-Fi, because the idea was I wanted to bring you guys along with me, and I wanted to do a video down on the beach, and I wanted to chat about, you know, what it's like when you're on holiday, when you're eating things, and what's available to you. And that didn't happen because we didn't get access to our Wi-Fi. We paid for it, we weren't given it, but we were given 30 minutes a day. And I was like, I paid for 7 days. Anyway, they did give us the money back, but we only had 30 minutes a day. So that was 30 minutes between us. So by the time we'd actually put up a couple of photographs, because the photographs are actually, the Wi-Fi wasn't very good either. It took forever just to upload one photograph. So what I ended up doing was doing collages of all of the bits, like the exciting bits, and the exciting bits were, oh my god, we had ducks, which was lovely. The ducks came in the house, and we had pets for the week, which was a bit sad for us, because another thing that happened while we were, well, I haven't seen you, but one of the things that happened was our parrot died while since in April, while we hadn't seen you guys. And that was something that was that really hit us really badly. Our parrot Ashley Bird, she had a heart attack. And it's been a bit strange here, because she talks and she chats, and you go downstairs and she's in the kitchen, and we talk to her, and I'm chatting to her while I'm doing the dinner, and she's not there. And that's really quite, get quite upset about it, because that upset me that she wasn't around. However, we had the ducks, and the ducks, for us, for Paul and I, was the most amazing thing, that we just lost our parrot, and we've got these ducks coming into our chalet, and they came in every day, and they kept pecking on the window and wanting their food, and we was feeding them, and that was really, really lovely. But yeah, I didn't have any Wi-Fi, and I didn't have access to social media, so I didn't have emails, I didn't have Facebook, I didn't have Twitter, I didn't have Connect. I also didn't have, what else didn't I have? I didn't have YouTube. I didn't have you lot. So for 5 days, I had nothing. And the whole premise of Spring Harvest is it's a conference. So you go in the morning for your teaching, you have seminars all throughout the day, and then in the evening, you have a celebration with everybody. And I'd get up, Paul and I decided we would get up and we'd go running every day, which we did do, because we said we'd start our couch to 5k, and we did that. That was amazing. We then went and had our breakfast. We then would come back and decide what we were going to do, and I'd then go off and do the morning session and morning teaching. Then we looked at what we wanted to do for the seminars, and a lot of them, because I'm at Bible college, a lot of the stuff that I do is not necessarily what they're teaching. I've already done in my Bible studies at college, or I've also done in more, gone a lot deeper than just scratching the surface, which I think Spring Harvest is brilliant, especially if you're a new Christian, because you can go and ask questions and go to seminars and talk about things. Plus it's quite evangelical, so some of the people that go there have quite strong views on certain things, whereas I'm very much a person within my faith about loving everybody and seeing both sides of the story, rather than having a black and white type of way of thinking about the Bible. I'm not way liberal, but I'm also not too right wing and left wing. I don't know what that means. I'm not very good with politics, but I'm not very strong on one side or have any very strong views on the other. I'm very much about, if you're a decent person to me, I'm going to be a decent person to you. And my whole feeling in life is actually you've got to get on with people. And especially if we're all going to spend eternity together, we might as well get on with each other now. So that's my way of thinking. Anyway, I'm not going to preach to you. So what happened was we would go out in the afternoon. We decided we would do a couple of activities. So we were going to go, we go to the fun fair, because the fun fair's there, and we took the kids on the dodgems, and we had great fun doing that. And I go on the swings, and they all go, "Oh no, Leanne, don't do that," because all the adults don't, and I like a big kid, I don't have any fear when it comes to things like that. Was on the waters having a great time. We took our roller skates. I went roller skating and it was brilliant. I taught Callum how to skate and that was really, really cool as well. We went swimming. So we packed all of our stuff up during the day with bits and pieces, and then in the evening, what would we do? I'd sit down and I'd crash out. And I hadn't gone to the evening session, and I was in bed by 7:30, slept right the way through till 6 the next day, up again, running, doing all these things. But one of the things that I actually realised, I hadn't looked at my phone for the whole time that I was away, and when I came back, and it was Easter week, and we had Easter. We came back on Monday, Thursday, so we had Good Friday, we had Easter Sunday and Easter Monday, and I was off all that week. I thought, do you know what? I haven't used my phone. I haven't been on Facebook. I haven't been on Twitter. I haven't been on Connect because I couldn't. I'm not going to. So I just switched off for that whole week, and I kept off of it, and I had a fast. I had a social media fast, and do you know what? I felt 100% better. And I felt more awake and more relaxed doing that than I have done with anything else, whether it be exercise, whether it be meditation, whether it be going to the Fuzzle Cafe. The one thing that it really did for me was made me realise how much I'm addicted to my phone and how it makes me feel, because it was making me feel anxious every time it was going off. I didn't realise that it was having an effect on my health. Not having it there, you obviously do realise. And so I come back to work on Monday, turned everything on, and then I get all these messages from my lovely Connectagons. Thank you so much for everything that you sent me. I've had emails, I've had Facebook messages, things have come through, and they did come through while I went on and watched a couple of films while I was off, and a couple of bits came through, and I just quickly typed something, but I thought, I'm not going to go into that and engage in Facebook or whatever that was on there. But I tell you, if you're finding yourself in your life a little bit stressed, turn off social media for a couple of days and see how it feels, and see whether that's, I know that everybody was really, really worried about where I was, and I thank you so much for that. It was to feel that you're wanted is a lovely feeling, and I feel very, very, very humbled by it. But I also feel very, very strongly that being held accountable to your phone now is actually not a healthy way of living your life. And I came back on Monday to work, turned everything on, saw I had over 800 emails, but I didn't feel totally overwhelmed, because I just sat down and I felt really rested, and I got through everything. So 20 minutes to tell you where that was. How have I done with my weight journey? So my weight journey last time I saw you was 11 stone and 11 pounds, and I'd lost 1.5 pounds. I'd also then the following week lost another 1.5 pounds and went down to 11.9. I then put on, this was the week that I was actually away, and no, it was the week, this was the week, the week of the Wednesday the 12th. That week was the week that I actually had the event that was going on. No, it wasn't. Yeah, that was after the week of the event. Sorry. Yeah, so the 12th was that I was away from Spring Harvest, and I'd put on there, and then the following week, which was the 19th, I saw that I'd actually put on 12 stone 5 pounds. So I'd put on 9 pounds. But let me tell you, guys, I didn't watch what I ate. I did not watch what I ate while I was away. And I think it did me good. It really did me good just to have that break, just to not be accountable to anybody, not even myself, just be, you know. But when I came back, and let's just see where I was. So last Wednesday, when I just got weighed on the 26th of April, I weighed in at bang on 12 stone. So I'd lost 5 pounds, which is brilliant. So I managed in a week coming back, the week from the previous week, and those weeks were actually weighed at my own scale. So coming back on the Weight Watchers scales, I weighed in at 12 stone. So the line has been drawn, and as the line has been drawn, we are going to go to the May goals, and the May goals for this year are get to 161 pounds, which is a £7 loss. So I want to get to 11.5 stone, because as you know, I've been fluctuating between the 12 since I got into that 2 stone. I do want to get down into the next stone. I really do want to do it, and I think it's a really important. I'm in the right mindset now to really buckle down and do it. I also think it's important to look at my health in terms of the exercise that we're doing. So the next goal is to get some FitBit pals, and the FitBit pals are you guys. Now, I have been doing my Fitbit weekly work hustle and the weekend and the weekend running walking challenge with the Slimming Well girls, and we've had some really good fun, and we've chatted, and we've talked about our own different types of diets and what we've been doing, because you can message each other in there. So what I wanted to do this month was actually look at it more from a Weight Watchers perspective. So if anybody out there, you have a go. If you have a Fitbit and you want to join me on the work week hustle and also the weekend workout, drop me a line. Now I'm going to put my FitBit profile. I'm putting it down here in the bar below, so you must check out that bar, because I do put lots of show notes. There's lots of bits and pieces in there, so you must have a look at that. So have a look down there, click on my link, and that will take you to my Fitbit profile page, where you can add me as a friend. Once we're added as friends, what I'll do is I'll include you in the work week hustle for next week, and let's see who can win. And there's no prizes at the end, but it's just actually a motivational tool to get us all walking, get us all running, getting us out there, just to move a bit more. I've really enjoyed it. One of the things I've really enjoyed, I'm actually up to about 18,000 steps a day, which is pretty good, because I've been walking down to the Dome, then walking to Paddington, then walking back, and I'm trying to save actually on my finances as well. So that's a pretty good one. So if anybody is out there with their Fitbit, come and join me and do that. And the last thing, the mindfulness thing, is that May in French means but. May means but, and I want to make May a month of no buts. So we are going to say in French, let's make sure I say this right, it's pas de May, or pas de May, which is no buts in May. So no buts, let's go out and do the Fitbit. No buts, let's get the last £7 off, and also and they're my goals for May. Let us see how we can do with them. If you want to follow me on those, you can do hashtag May goals on Connect, and also I'll stick them on Instagram, and I will put them on the Facebook page as well. And let's have conversation. Let's get the conversation going. Let's do it. Let's get out there. Help me. Please help me, because I need all the help I can get, because it's real life. You know, I don't have this down to a pat. I am not picture perfect. I'm not the best advocate for saying I am the healthiest lifestyle. You'll see a majority of my stuff is junk food, or it's processed food, but I'm cutting back and I'm trying my best, and I know that everybody else is out there trying too. So let's have a look, shall we, in the one thing that I know you love. Let's have a look in my basket. So in my basket this week, I haven't been shopping. But I have had people shopping for me. And the people who have shopped for me has been Mr. Rivet. Now let's start off with Marks and Spencer here. So Marks and Spencer, this week, Mr. Rivet purchased us some of these baked potatoes, and I pointed them and they came out at 9 points. Now they're baked potatoes with mature cheddar cheese. You know how much I love cheese, and I thought, oh gosh, that's a bit high. But when I looked up jacket potatoes themselves, if I did them myself, jacket potatoes are 7 points. So for 2 points extra, you can have cheese. And I had one of those for lunch today, and it was really, really lovely. And these are new. They're a new recipe. They're really creamy. You can stick them in the microwave for 5 minutes, or you can stick them in the oven. They'll be really good now that we're going into salad days. They'll be really good to have with a salad. And for 9 points, actually, if you're going to have it with salad and perhaps some wafer thin ham, that's a pretty cool thing to do. So try that one. I told you all about the guilt-free snacking. I'm going to review these. This one, last time I did one was on the nachos. This week I'm showing you what are these ones. These are the honey barbecue whole grain snacks. A bit noisy, but they come in bags like this. They're really substantial. Paul and I love them. They're really, really tasty. We also love the nachos, but they are 4 smart points per a bag. So you can get those in Marks and Spencer. Marks and Spencer, Marks and Spencer. What else have we got in here? We have got, Mr. Rivet bought a whole load of back to basics. He said, Leanne, you have got to get back on track with your diet because you're moaning to me about it and you're getting really uncomfortable. You're getting really moody. You need to go back on your diet. I'm going to buy you some Balance for You meals. So he went and bought a plethora of Balance for You meals. I have not bought them up because I didn't want them to get overheated because it's quite warm in the office up here. So what ones have we got here? Oh, this is nice. This is quite special actually, because I haven't actually seen what we've got in the fridge. This one is roast pork loin with apple and cider sauce, and it also has creamy mashed potato and cabbage. Oh, look at that. Can I see the picture? So that looks really nice. That's 11 smart points. So yeah, you know, I like Balance for You. Still on 3 for £10. So yeah, that's going to be a yum one. That reminds me, do you know what it reminds me of? Roast pork loin with apple and cider sauce. It reminds me of the Brady Bunch. Do you remember, was it Bobby Brady who used to say pork chops and apple sauce? I remember that back in the day. Yeah, showing me age, Leanne, showing you age. This one is, oh, I've had this one before. This is really nice actually. Well done, Mr. Rivet. And I've noticed as well, he has bought all meat products. This one is an Italian pot roast chicken. Now that is 12 smart points. And let me tell you, I have had this one before and I really, really like it. It's got some kale in it and it's got like a mushroom sauce over like the potatoes, which are a little bit crispy, like the ones that you have in the fish and chip one for the Count on Us. But this one was really, really nice. And the Italian chicken has got like a tomatoey sauce over the top of it, which has been absolutely divine actually. Gorge. I really, really like that. So I'm really excited about that one. I haven't eaten that one yet. This is the beef stroganoff. Now this, I don't think I've shown you this. This is a new one to me as well. Beef stroganoff. Long grain rice, green beans with broccoli. Isn't it exciting when somebody does the shopping for you? You don't know what they're going to get you. 10 smart points, that one. So that, again, 4 minutes in the microwave. Very exciting. So spoiled. What else have we got? We've got one more here. This one looks, so that was a 3 for 10. So what's he doing with this extra? It's because it was Yeah, yellow label. Very good, Mr. Rivet. Pick up a yellow label. £3. Very good. 11 smart points. This one is the superfood Keralayan chicken curry. Now, I think I've spoken about this one before. This is the one that actually, as well as having the chicken curry, it's got a lot of cauliflower in, and I really like that one. So well done, Mr. Rivet. Good little purchase at Marks and Spencer. So yes, well done with that one. So there you go. So there for Marks and Spencer. What else have I got in here? Right, I've got this. Let me talk. I'm going to talk about that bit in a minute. This is my friend at my workplace. My friend and I. Now every year we get a student come in to work on the agricultural team, and we have got the lovely Anya. Hello, Anya. Hello. She has sent me. We were talking about different biscuits because I have my digestive biscuits on my desk at work, you know, the thins, and they're 1 point each. And she's from Ireland, and a lot of these students we get that come from Ireland. Every year we get a different one, and they're so much fun having different people that have got a different way of living, and a lot of them are mature students, so they've got a different background as well. And Anya I've really enjoyed having Anya with me. I've only got her for a couple more weeks, and she went back home and she said, what can I bring you back from Ireland? And I said, do you know what? Kimberley biscuits, because Kimberley biscuits we don't have in the UK, but we used to have them at Christmas, and my nan used to get these, and Mum will probably remember these as well. I don't know why we don't have them in this country, because Jacobs do them, and obviously Jacobs make cream crackers, but they're like they're a ginger biscuit with a marshmallow filling, but the biscuit is soft and spongy, so it is a bit like a biscuit, but at the same time it's a bit like a texture of a hard Jaffa cake almost, but they're ginger, and I really love these because they remind me of my childhood at my nan's when we used to have them. She used to buy a big tin of them at Christmas. Now these are, I checked them, they are 2 smart points each, but when I tell you, I'm going to have so much fun with these because they're going to bring back so many childhood memories. And when people do buy these for me, I savour them. It's a bit like when the girls sent me over the pretzel blasts. I think I've got 2 bars left. I hold on and have them as a real treat because I love them. And speaking of the girls, the skinnies, they sent me a parcel, and it was so lovely. I actually got it on the day that I went back to work. So when I came back, there it was on the side, and it was lovely. They also wrote to me, and they've been like saying, where have you been, Leanne? We've been missing you. Are you okay? Everybody was really concerned about Mum and Dad. Everybody's fine. Please, everybody is fine. But they sent me some amazing things. They sent me Everyday Delicious, which is the Weight Watchers recipe book from the States. You know, I sent them, if you've seen their video, when they haven't been well, Kim wasn't well a couple of weeks ago, and I sent her a copy of the Oprah book, and they sent me this, and it's so lovely. One of the things I like about this book, which the UK books don't do, and it's very similar, it's got very similar fonts to the UK's, and apparently where we used to have Pro Points, the Pro Points used to be different in the States to what they were in the UK, but Smart Points aren't. Smart Points are the same. So what I really loved about this was, as well as you've got the stories of the people that have contributed each of the recipes, the next page, which, you know how I like to talk about planning, they have a shopping list of all the ingredients that you should be buying if you're wanting to for the recipes in the book. And not saying I'm going to buy every single thing in here, because there'll be things that obviously I won't. There'll be things I want to make and things I won't want to make. But what a great idea to give you a list of, if you want to make everything in this book, this is what you're going to need. I thought that was really ingenious. I loved it. So it's all divided up in between breakfasts, dinners, and teas. And I have to say, the one thing I'm not very good at is breakfast, because all I cheat. I just have a whole load of fruit for breakfast. But while I was away, I was having different foods. So I was having like tomatoes on toast. I was also having what else did I say I had? Do you know, I had grapefruit. I haven't had grapefruit for years. Love grapefruit. Absolutely loved it. I really enjoyed it so much. And see, reading this, while I was reading it during the week, I thought, wow, look, this one, microwave baked apples with yogurt. How good is that? That is delicious. I'll tell you what I might do. I might put these in as a recipe within my on Connect, and then you can see and perhaps try it, because that's 4 smart points. How delicious. But it made me start thinking all of this about breakfasts. And one of the great things that I love to do, especially when I'm off and when we go on the motorway, is that we, as you know, we left really early. We left at 7 o'clock. We always leave that early at 7 o'clock, and we go to Fleet. We go to Fleet service station. Hello to Fleet service station. You weren't very good this year, were you? No, because you're all under renovation. But Fleet service station has McDonald's, they have Starbucks, they have a whole load of different places, as most service stations do. And we always have our McDonald's breakfast, because we love ourselves a McDonald's breakfast. McDonald's in the UK don't do breakfast all day long like they do in the States. They only do it until 10:30. So you have to be up pretty early in the morning to go and get your McDonald's breakfast. My favourite, which I think is absolutely gorgeous in the entire world, is a sausage and egg McMuffin. Do you know how many smart points a sausage and egg McMuffin is? It is, how many did I say? 13 smart points. I was going to say 3, but it's not. It's 13 smart points. That's far too many smart points. Far too many smart points for me. So I didn't have one. I went, because when we started out, I was really good. At the beginning of the week, I was really, really good, and I got myself a fruit salad in Starbucks while they all were at McDonald's. But let me tell you a secret, and well, not a secret, it's not a secret. One of the things that I found, because I'm looking at breakfast things and things that we eat for breakfast, I found these, and I've opened them because I've already eaten some of them. Now, these are Quorn, and they're in the frozen section, and that's the reason why they're not in here, because they're in the freezer. These are the Quorn sausage patties. Now, they taste identical to the sausage patty that you have in your McDonald's sausage and egg McMuffin. And they're delicious, and they are gorge. And let me tell you that they are 1 smart point each. Yes, 1 smart point each. So I'm like, okay, let's make a sausage and egg McMuffin. So what else do we need? We need cheese, because there's cheese in a sausage and egg McMuffin. How can I make it reduce points? I'm going to use one of my Kraft singles or my Sainsbury's singles reduced fat, and they are 1 smart point each. That's 2 smart points. Remember, sausage and egg McMuffin is 13, so we're now on 2 smart points. The next thing is you want an egg. Now, an egg is 2 smart points, so that's 4 smart points against 13 smart points. And then the last thing you need is, what is it you need? You need a muffin. You need a muffin to put it in. And the English muffin, that I've looked it up, and it is 4 smart points. Now, how do you get it to look like a sausage and egg McMuffin? Well, let me tell you. Let me tell you exactly how you do this, because last Christmas, or was it the Christmas before, I purchased something for Mr. Rivet. I'm going to put it in the link down below, because I'm not a lover of having many, many gadgets. Sorry to just crash into the bench there. I don't have many gadgets, don't really like them apart from the toaster, but this was an amazing find. It was also really reasonable. I think it was about £20. I'm going to put a link down below in the section down there, so you can have a look at it yourself if you want to purchase yourself one. You can get them in the States. They first came out in the States and they're now over here in the UK. It's the Hamilton Beach sandwich maker, breakfast sandwich maker. And Hamilton Beach actually are the people who make the machinery that McDonald's originally have. In fact, the guy who originated and started McDonald's, I know so much about McDonald's, the guy who started McDonald's from a franchise and made it popular in the States, in America, the original CEO, he used to work for Hamilton Beach. He used to sell the actual machines, and that he then ended up working for McDonald's and telling them the model, bought the idea from them and used it as a model all across the US, and then brought it over to the UK and across the world. Anyway, enough about the history of McDonald's. We're on Weight Watchers. So we are going to have a Hamilton Beach muffin maker. So it comes out, it's like a flat iron. It's really, really sturdy. This bit here is on a spring, and this bit pulls up. This bit also comes out so you can wash it. You can take it off like that, very easy. And it's like, we just washed it, so it's like a flat iron. And this bit heats up here, and this bit heats up here, and this bit goes in here like that. So what you do is you cut up your muffin in half, and you put the first part of the muffin down here in this bottom section, and then you put your cheese on top. And also you put your patty on top there. Now your patty, you stick in the microwave for 1 minute and you cook it, so it's already hot. You then pull down this section like that, and you see it's got a pull away plate. In this section, you crack your egg and you pierce the yolk. Once you've pierced the yolk, you then leave it. And what you do is you put the top of the muffin on top, and then you put this down and you leave it. Obviously, it's switched on. It goes green first of all to let you know when it's heated up. Then you fill it all up, and then you leave it. I think it's about 4 minutes. And what you do is you pull this, slide this out like that, and when you slide that out and you push this bit at the top here, what happens is you pop the muffin lid down, and then you put it all out, and out comes a sausage and egg McMuffin for 8 smart points, which is a lot less than if you were going to McDonald's in a drive-in for 13 smart points. So that is a brilliant. I love this. Paul loves it. In fact, Paul loves it so much I think he nearly has one every other day for work, because how much is an egg? You know, he actually has egg, and he has an egg McMuffin. He doesn't even bother with the sausage bit, even if it is a prawn one. But they are an amazing buy. They are a bit of a luxury. So if you think you are going to use it, do purchase it and have a go. But we have used it ever since. It's always in use in our house. We've always used it, and we really like it. So that's one of my favourite, probably my weekend treats. I think my weekend breakfasts. The other thing I was looking at was for cheapness, and also for your getting back to basics for breakfast, Weetabix. Now I like Weetabix, but I'm trying to cut back on the spending. So let me tell you, if anybody else amongst you is a bit concerned about basics, I try all of the basics things. 9 times out of 10, basics range in Sainsbury's is more or less similar to what we have your big brands. These are, I think, 80 pence for 24 biscuits. They are 4 smart points for 2. That's without your milk. But I really like Weetabix. These taste identical to Weetabix. You wouldn't know the difference, except for they are a little bit squarer. They're not rounded off. But they taste exactly the same. So if you're on a budget, get those. And why spend any more money? I mean, I think Weetabix are about double, triple the price of that. The other thing that, let me tell you, the girls sent me over, and I am really, really, really excited about this, out of my bag, is they sent me these. And I was really, really excited. Trader Joe's! Everything but the bagel. They bought me 2 of them. 2 of these everything but the bagels. They are absolutely brilliant. Absolutely amazing. And this, this is, I nearly said something really bad then. This is gorge. I nearly said it was the dogs. It was really, this is the best thing. I love chili and I love lime. And this, we had the other day, I made some tuna steak and we put this on the tuna steak. It was amazing. Do you know the best thing about this? The lime in it is so fresh and it's like you have literally squeezed a lime on top. Thank you so much for these. And these, I could sit and pick at this. It's probably really, really bad. I'm going to have to point it, aren't I? But I don't think it's very high in points. But it's like sesame seeds, poppy seeds, sea salt, and it's the garlic and it's the onion that we can taste through that. So we've had that on our salad. So actually, this is better than croutons. Will we ever get something like this over here in the UK? Because these sorts of things, these condiment things, are absolutely amazing. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Kelly, so much. And the one other thing that Kim and Kelly sent me, which was amazing, is they sent me this beautiful Belle Beauty and the Beast cup. And what I like about this, it's a tumbler, and it's insulated, so it means that I can actually have it for my tea or my iced tea if I want, and it's got the cup spill thing there to drink out of. So this is absolutely amazing. Again, I was completely spoiled. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, I can't believe you sent me all these things. Thank you so much for sending those over, because I'm just so grateful, because it's amazing. And these taste great, and that's beautiful. And the book, wow, it was like all my Easter and my Christmas and everything, and it was absolutely beautiful. Let me tell you one last thing before we go, because I haven't done a Leanne Loves. I wanted to do Leanne Loves the Hamilton Beach Maker, but obviously it's a little bit different from that. This month's Weight Watchers magazine is out. Go and get yourself a copy, because there's some amazing things in here as well, which I thought was a bit... I tried, as I said, we went swimming while we were away. We also went running. There's lots of tips in here about running. There's something about running a 5k, and we said we're doing the couch to 5k. Look, they've all got their water bottles. I am using my water bottle. I love it. And I've noticed my skin, because I've been drinking lots of water. But the one thing I noticed, I didn't mark the page in here, here it is. This was brilliant. Go and get your magazine in store. Don't get it in store. Get it in your meetings, because it's £1.75 this month. How cheap is that? So this month in this page there's a new something. It's what is it called? It's called Go Amphibian. And it's a new range of activewear that has been made by. Is it Speedo? I think it's Speedo. Can't see now. I've got my glasses on, but they're basically it's workout wear, so you can go running, but you could also go swimming in it. So you can go for a run and you can go for a swim, and I thought that was brilliant. Look at that. I thought that was really cool, and I think it's really. Do you know, I like the Weight Watchers magazine, and I wish there was another magazine that was like it, because I think I like all magazines really, but I really do like the Weight Watchers magazine. The only other magazine I found that is similar, and I subscribe to this one because I always think it's cheaper if you really like it to subscribe to it, is this one, which is called Healthy Food, and it's called the Healthy Food Guide. Have a look. It's in most places. I've seen it in Asda, I've seen it in Sainsbury's, I've seen it in Tesco's. It usually has a big plastic, like piece of card coming out of it. You don't get that when you subscribe to it, but there's usually like a calorie counter in it, or there's something. So have a look out for that and have a read through it, because what I quite like about this magazine is, as well as having all of the recipes in the back, it talks about healthy eating. And I'm all about the healthy eating, but hopefully one day through reading this it may rub off on me. So there we go. That's my finds for this week. Now, let me tell you, we are still in conference season. So this Thursday evening, Friday, and all day Saturday next week, I will be at Wembley and I will be at the Hillsong Colour Conference, which is the women's conference. It's the last of the Christian conferences for this year for me. I love it there. I think they've still got tickets. If you do want to go and you want to be inspired, I really, 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 really love it. I love Hillsong music. It's like a big, it's like a big concert as well. But the nice thing about it, because it's actually run by women for women, I find it a little less in your face than all of the other conferences. And I'm a big advocate for going to women's conferences. I know not everybody thinks it's right that the genders are split, but I really, really, really like that. So I'm going to be there Thursday, Friday and Saturday. So next week, Leanne's weekly weigh-in will be on Sunday. And I'm letting you know now because I don't want to upset anybody. And I'm so sorry I haven't been around. And then hopefully we'll be back on track to doing it. I'll probably start doing it at the weekends because I've been going to bed early as well. And that's been quite good for me too. So I'm going to try and move them to the weekends now. And then just one last thing, I just want to remind you that there are still tickets for the Birmingham event on the 29th of July. If you're interested, go and see Helen. I think she said that there was about 20 tickets left. I am going to be there. I am going to be speaking there. So if you want to come and see me in the immense flesh that is Leanne, come along and speak to Helen. Her handle's down there. Have a great week. I hope that I've nearly gone on for an hour, that this has put right everything that went wrong for the whole of April. Let's get on to our goals. Let's do it. Chat to me down below in the comment section. Come and chat to me on Connect. I am properly connected again. And I will speak to you all and see less of you next week.
Does it feel good? Yeah. We have to go give you a bath now.